People, welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, right now I'm going to talk about some new developments in the Roy Fall grave robbery situation. Right. Before I go into this, please remember to like the video, please. When you like the video, send a signal to YouTube to keep pushing out the video and promoting the video. Right. So all my usual subscribers and viewers, please just like the video as they come in. Right. Now, back to this rifle situation. Now, a man by the name of Tommy Thompson, who is the owner of Bright Light, that's the company that does all the Bossy, the Bossy funeral in Jamaica. Whenever you see like, that white Escalade with like a chariot with a glass case and look like some kind of royal event, yeah. Bright Light are the people who I don't know if they're the only ones who do it, but they are the main ones I know who do those type of funerals. And obviously, people who live bossy lives normally have bossy funerals, right? So basically, he was interviewed, right? He did an interview, and he mentioned a couple of things in the interview that really stood out to me and have me scratching my head, because now it seems as if we have to really start looking into the very strong possibility that the person who at least set up the grave robbery for Roy Fall was somebody who knew him, right? And that person could either be a friend or a family member. I'm going to tell you why I said this. Okay, so the first thing that he said that stood out to me, right, is that whoever carried out the grave robbery, or who mashed up the sepulchre, right, and get access to it, he said the person had knowledge of how to prevent the smell of the body from getting out into the air, because obviously if you open a grave and you have somebody in there, obviously the smell that's going to come out is going to disturb the whole community, right? Imagine a dog. If a dog can smell a certain way, imagine a human being, right? Which is much larger. But the person knew how to prevent the smell from getting out. So the people in the local area didn't even realize, right? So it's not like the smell was out. So the person, the actual grave robbery was probably done by somebody who work in the business or who work in the trade, right? So it could have been somebody who actually dig grave, right? Or have some kind of experience with morgues or things like that, or funeral homes, right? So that was the first thing that stood out to me. The next thing that surprised me, because I was ignorant to this fact, he's saying that now graves, casket like Roy Fall casket, they now come with high-tech keys, right? And only certain people have those keys, right? So Roy Fall's casket would have been locked, right? And somebody would have had the key. Now, the casket wasn't destroyed, it was opened, right? So the person must have either had the key or a copy of the key. How would they get access to that? How would a complete random grave robber get access to that? It's not like them mash up the whole sepulchre and then mash up the whole casket and then prise open and dig up, and when people are trying to get forced entry, them open it, right? So he's saying they had the key, it needs a key, and the person got access to it, right? So now we're starting to wonder, how did they get this key? A stranger wouldn't have it, right? A random thief wouldn't have it. But even from when I first did the video, I could already see some of my subscribers in the comment section saying this is an inside job, right? Another thing a lot of people at the funeral didn't know all the details about what exactly was in Roy Fowl's casket. They didn't have all the details. Some things were visible, like the chain around his neck and them thing, right? But the full details about what was in his casket regarding the money and all them thing there, that information was a bit more close-knit. Again, pointing the fingers at somebody who was close to the fall. Right? But in these kind of things, it's always somebody you know. Right? It's always somebody you know. Even if it was somebody at the funeral, to plan this and execute it, you need some kind of inside knowledge. Right? So when I heard about the key, because I have to admit, I did not know that coffins come with key. Nowadays, right? And it makes total sense because obviously people are robbed grave a long time now. So it would make sense that people would start to secure casket. And obviously when people secure casket, normally they're not doing it to secure the valuables in the casket, because as I said, people don't normally bury people with anything valuable in their coffins. Why people start to secure the coffins is because they're trying to protect the actual body that is inside it, right? So people can dig them up and desecrate them and all kind of things, right? But now that Tommy Thompson is saying that these modern day caskets, like Roy Fowl one, and he said high-tech key, so we're not even talking about one little padlock, which would be a waste of time, because if you go put on a padlock, somebody can bust that off easy. He's saying coffins now have high-tech keys, like Roy Fowl one, and the people even get access to it. Right? So who and how? These are now the questions, you know. Right? And as I said before, all of this points negatively on the people who planned and orchestrated Roy Fowl's funeral. Right? Again, I don't know if it was his wishes, but the whole thing does sound like insanity to me. Right? Burying a man with these kind of valuables. Right? But maybe because them know say the casket have a high-tech key on it, maybe they thought, well, okay, it's secure. I mean, that still don't make no sense to me why they bury somebody with a Rolex watch and all these things. But maybe they're thinking, well, it's not old time days when man bury in a wooden box and people just dig up wooden box and pry it open and thief inside. No. Casket are come with security measures. Well, these men managed to defeat the security measures. Right? So again, that's pointing to an inside job. And they recruited the help of people who actually know how to go about not just robbing a grave, you know, but doing it in a way where it doesn't even cause an alarm in the community. Because it's not as easy as it sounds. It's not just take one piece of iron and beat a grave till it warm. If you look at it properly, this is concrete, right? When I look at the pictures of Roy Fowl grave, they had like, first of all, it's concrete slab off, right? And I'm guessing there probably could have been some steel beams inside of it. Listen, that is no easy thing to get through. I've been to funerals and seen them when them bury the man, and then them put on the board them or whatever across, and then them start concrete and level off the concrete, and then the concrete dry hard. Listen, that is not something you can just get past. As a matter of fact, I'd go as far as say the best people if you dig up a grave are the people who dig the grave. There's nobody better if you dig up a grave than an actual grave man. And the fact that these people actually knew how to disguise, how to mask the smell, right, shows you that they're professionals, they're in the trade. Right? So either way, it's an inside job, whether it's a family or a friend who set it up, or another grave man, because maybe grave man know how to get past the security system on these caskets, because them work with them. They're working with these caskets, they're working with these coffins, so they probably know if we get past it. As I said, either way, it's an inside job. Either to come from Rifle's friend or somebody who know him, who give them the key, or some grave man who know the trade, right? And over here, same have this, and them have that tonight, and then dig it up. Either way, it's an inside job. People, this is Father Chicks Watch. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Remember, people, please like the video, alright? And share if you can. Alright, bless up.